Yo, girl got a cute face. Her friend got a nice body. That's how I fucking feel after we killed it this weekend, y'all. Fuck. Play the Freddie Gibbs. Play the Dom Kennedy. Let them know we're money makers, baby. Breaking Bad boxing are money makers, baby. Woo! Man, I'm hyped after this combat sports weekend, y'all. We absolutely ripped it up in the Breaking Bad boxing community, our small little tight-knit community. Moses Itauma, under 4 rounds, easy. He did it under a round. Moses is the truth, y'all. He did it under a round. I told y'all, easy work, under 4 rounds. Nick Ball got it done. Can't wait to rewatch that fight, man. Man, Sam Goodman, super fucking solid. Salute to you, Mar. Thank you for jumping on, my boy. I appreciate you. Man, I'm hyped. It was a great fucking weekend, man. It was a great fucking weekend, y'all. Jared Cannonier takedown. Also took him 2 takedowns, which even though the second one was more of a sus takedown, we still took it. We'll take that shit, bro. Hey, Bobby, my brother, what's up? Hooked me up the best picks this weekend. Make sure you sub. Thank you, my boy, Eastside Dairy, BC, Arizona connection strong. PJ, the Puppet Show, what up, baby? Man, it was a great fucking weekend, y'all. I cannot wait to dive into the tape for the Yankiel Rivera card. I promise you guys I'm going to get you some more money making picks. I fucking promise you. Like, this is the best combat sports weekend I've had in a long time. Man, and thoughts, y'all got thoughts on the Aaron Pico fight? Because my buddy, Hooper and Asakura, man, I'm going to be honest with you. This is one pick that I didn't post on Twitter or I didn't post anyone. I actually took Alexander Hernandez. I was talking with my buddy back and forth on it all weekend. And the only reason I took it was purely on a gut suspicion. Nothing more than a gut suspicion. I had no tape. I had no logic behind it. So I couldn't drop it for anybody because if I don't have any real tape behind it, what's the point in telling anyone your opinion? I can tell everybody I have a gut feeling this dude's going to hit a home run every day. And that shit will never happen, right? But Asakura, man, what the fuck was up with that fight? I had a small play for that fight to go over 1.5 and have 80 significant strikes at plus 130. And Asakura just, after he got taken down, he was timid. He tried to fight skirtingly on the back foot, refused to throw any leg kicks. And honestly, Tim Elliott looked like shit. I don't care if he won that fight. Tim Elliott looked like absolute dog shit. What was that? He was trying to pressure him mentally, but throwing zero offense out there, being negative as hell. We saw a lot of that with old fighters yesterday in UFC specifically. What fight was? Oh, that was UFC. Yeah. So I will be talking a little bit of boxing too as well right now. So for UFC, Asakura versus Tim Elliott, you have Tim Elliott, who on Twitter earlier in the week was posting photos of or like videos of him fucking with Chicago hookers and shit, pulling up their pants on Twitter. It was absolutely insane. Goes out in this fight and looks like an absolute, just doesn't look good whatsoever. Running into punches, throwing out zero offense. And then he gets the fight to the floor at the end of the first round, understands he has some ground control there. And then the second round, he subs the dude. So, but yeah, man, UFC was profitable, but definitely some swings to say the least. Now, when it comes to boxing, y'all, I really want to talk about Moses Itauma, man. Moses Mar already jumped on it. Moses Ituma's ceiling is insanely high. He made easy work out of White. You think it's too early for a Wardley caliber opponent? No, I think Wardley is definitely one of the best fights to make. 2 undefeated fighters, 2 heavy pop fighters. Someone like Wardley that's made his name essentially being people's sparring partners to now he's an actual one-punch knockout threat. But let's be completely honest with you guys. If Justice Huni was boxing the circles around Wardley, I think Moses Itauma can really box, y'all. The way he sets up his body work, his feints. And I know we haven't seen his cardio, but he's so economical with what he throws out there. I don't think his cardio is going to be an issue for the future. I really don't think Moses Itauma's cardio is going to be an issue for the future. Of course, we never know until we know. I heard he said he wanted to fight Jermaine Franklin Jr. next to get some rounds in because Jermaine is a tough motherfucker. That'd be a fun fight. I think they're going to fight. I want to have a feeling, a sneaky suspicion, they're going to set him up with someone like a Frank Sanchez next. You know, they're going to call it the next step up and set him up with someone like a Frank Sanchez. I can see Jermaine Franklin. If they made the Wardley fight, though, that's honestly an underrated fight you can make in boxing. Remember, I was discussing yesterday, I'm still going to do this, try to do it this week. Top 5 title fights you can make in boxing and the top 5 non-title fights you can make in boxing. And I really hope to have Itauma featured somewhere in there once I start breaking down all the rankings and ratings. I have to go through all the WBO, WBC, WBA, and IBF rankings to make sure that all of them match in line. So they're like proper matchmakings. His angles are too fire. I saw some folks on X saying calling for Kaya Bell. I feel it's too early for that one. Legit, man. He can take a punch and he punches super heavy to the body and pushes forward. I 100% agree. I also think Kabiel should be in line for. I think he should be the guy in line for Usyk. I understand Joseph Parker has made his name, man, but I think Ajit should be the guy for Usyk. I think it's the toughest fight. And if Usyk fights and beats Ajit with his quote unquote concerns to the body, there's nothing left to say about it, man. There's really nothing left to say about it. So I think that's the fight to make for Usyk personally. Doubt that happens, but I like Ajit Kaya Bell. I've been ringing the bell for him for quite some time. I got him at huge dog money at Makhmut Muadov. I got him at big dog money against Frank Sanchez. In some of my earliest boxing previews I've ever done on YouTube with Rush Hour Fight Club, I actually called for Ajit Kaya Bell to be kind of that up and coming guy. Because in the heavyweight division, who punches the body like that? No one punches the body in succession like that. He's a levels puncher at heavyweights. Awesome. A lot of hype trains being derailed as of recent. When you say that, Eastside Dairy, what hype trains are being derailed? Are you speaking of specifically? I'd like to know what hype trains we're discussing. And also, man, Khamzat Chimaev. I'm curious to see what he does against anyone that gives him any type of grappling resistance. Because DDP gave him literally zero resistance on the ground. He conceded to side control multiple times. And I understand Khamzat must be strong as shit and his control must be next level different. But he almost put himself in a crucifix, especially in the 4th and 5th round. Like, man, I'm done with this. I'm not even going to try to scramble. But he also bucked like a white belt 4 times in the first round. And once you saw that, I'm like, man, this man's not going to have a lot of gas for the rest of this fight. But what hype trains are we talking about specifically as being derailed? I want to see here. Pinning message. What does pinning message do? So is the pin message come up on top, y'all? I don't know, man. I got to get like StreamYard or ProCut or something like that so I can start pinning your guys' messages and putting them out there, better for you guys. But yeah, man, Nick Ball too. What's the fight next for Nick Ball? I hear people talking about Mirko Coelho, who is the interim WBA champion at featherweight. Nick Ball is someone that I don't want to say I'm a big fan of. I'm a huge Wrecking Ball fan. I don't know necessarily, though, if I think his ceiling has been met, unfortunately. BBB, prior to the fight falling through, who did you favor? Ford Kakase. I saw Kakase call Ray out yesterday post-fight. Wouldn't mind if they revisit that fight. That's the fight to make. I still think you revisit that fight, and you still think you redo that fight. I thought Abraham Nova, even though Ford cruised to a decision there, I thought Abraham Nova gave him a little bit more interesting issues than I thought he would, especially Ray Ford, as you saw in my breakdown, the biggest issue he has, his negative defensive tendencies. He holds his feet. He has too many moments of not throwing enough offense. He has all the tools to be great, but he doesn't have the gears, so to speak. He doesn't go through the gears. He holds his feet. Lazy defensive tendencies, even when he is so calm in the fire, and he does get touched. Honestly, I would favor Kakase, man. Anthony Kakase has a forward pressure begging style, and when he gets you against the ropes, I think when he's at his absolute best. As we know with Kakase, man, he has that throwback European style where he's going to box you forward, pressure you to the ropes, high tight guard, janky movement, and he rips up the body, man. I saw Nova get some of his best work against Raymond Ford against the body. Now, in terms of athleticism and pure boxing acumen, I do think Raymond Ford is the better boxer. But I think Kakase causes a lot of interesting problems because if Nick Ball can hold you against the ropes as a smaller fighter, Kakase is way bigger, way more physical, and way stronger. And he may not punch in succession and doesn't throw the same type of corkscrew shots that a Nick Ball does, but he rips the uppercut on the inside way better, and he has sick body punching. So I really think they should revisit that fight. That's a lovely fight for the 130 belt. What belt is Kakase? Wait, he dropped it for Sugar Nunez. I forgot about that. But yeah, Kakase would be an incredible fight for Ford. They probably try to make the Sugar Nunez versus Ford fight specifically. Bell Espinoza is the fight to make. The commentators were calling for Bell in a way. I feel the former fight is, but I agree, man. Ball Espinoza. Man, Espinoza punches down. Espinoza's punches in succession. Espinoza's a tough matchmaking, but Scousers don't get knocked out, lad. Scousers don't get knocked out. And again, I think Nick Ball, there is one thing we all have to give Nick Ball credit for is after round 7 through 12, when he figures out a fighter, he presses the gas, he goes through every single bit of gas that he has in his body. He does have issues with feints. He freezes on feints. He pauses on feints, and he has small lulls of inactivity where he'll just stare at a fighter standing there. He's hittable because he exits on the straight line. Espinoza would be a tough fight for Ball, man. I think the best fight for him, like to make a winnable unification fight, would probably be Stephen Fulton. I would say Stephen Fulton's probably the best unification fight to make. Angelo Leo possesses a really tricky issue in my personal opinion. Fulton, I think is the most winnable fight. Leo's a tricky opposition. I think Espinoza beats Ball, all pre-tape. I would like to see Nick Ball versus Shushu Carrington. Now, hear me out on this. I'm not high on Shushu Carrington because I think he lacks, just like Raymond Ford, the gears, but I think he lacks it to a major degree. I don't think he pushes the gears in. I don't think he pushes the gears in any fight that I see. I thought Sagawa beat him personally. I had Sagawa at worst, had him at a draw. I think Nick Ball pushes him back, bullies him against the ropes, and rips him up, very similar to how he did Sam Goodman. Espinoza, and I think Nick Ball should get that one more fight before he really has these tough unification fights. I mean, you could do the Mirko Coelho fight, and I know a lot of people are very high on Mirko Coelho. I think Nick Ball could beat Mirko Coelho, so I wouldn't mind that fight either since he is an interim champion. How do you feel about the scorecards for Ball Goodman? Okay, so I don't have, let me see if I can, it's not in reach for me, and I don't want to jump off. I scored the fight 7-5 for Ball. One thing that I thought, though, is I thought two rounds that you gave for Goodman could be swing rounds. But holy shit, one of those cards 118 to 111. I know my math's probably off right now. Something like that. That's an insane scorecard. Insane scorecard. I can see an 8-4 scorecard for Nick Ball. Clearly can see a 7-5 scorecard for Nick Ball. But dude, I thought 9-3 is insane. 9-3 is a fucking insane scorecard. Sam Goodman was boxing good on the back foot, man. He was meeting him in the middle, hitting him with some good counter punches. And you saw Nick Ball take the grunt of some of these punches. I watch all fights on mute, so I saw a lot of people were bitching about the commentary. This is why you've watched all fights on mute. How you get the best live betting odds too as well, y'all. I had it 7-5 for Ball. I'm going to revisit the fight so I can watch it without any money on the line, so I'm not biasedly watching it. So I'll give you guys my re-thought watch too as well. 17-11, 18-10, thank you, 18-12, 15-13, we're all in favor of Ball. 15-13, I agree with. I could see 116, 112. I think you're really starting to push it. 118, 110 is absolutely fucking insane. Eastside Dairy, when you're talking about fighters for UFC that are falling through hype jobs, Pico, Pitbull, Bo Nickel, mostly. There are more I could think of, but I don't mind. So Bo Nickel, super raw in MMA. To call him a hype job, I think he's still super young, and I don't think they built him the right way. They didn't build him like they built like a Sean O'Malley or a Conor McGregor or something like that. Pico is overly gifted, y'all. He was dominating Lerone Murphy every minute of that fight until he caught that spinning back elbow. Every single minute of that fight. By the way, we went for 2 for 2 on Twitter plays yesterday. Itauma 1 through 5. Aaron Pico, most significant strikes, plus 240, bang. Plus, I gave out the plus 46 with the Nick Ball by decision, plus Itauma rounds 1 through 5. If you're not following on Twitter for free plays, make sure you follow for Twitter on free plays. I don't have a Discord. I don't have a paid subscription. All I do is give out free plays on YouTube and Twitter. I love to give out my analysts and my picks. And if it makes y'all money, I just love to make y'all money. That's all I want to fucking do, y'all. And make myself money, of course. Pitbull, I don't think it's a hype job. Pitbull is old. Pitbull's like 37 years old. And his fight that he has coming up next versus the Octagon champion in Lasate is fucking awesome. UFC's doing an awesome championship versus championship series. Patchy Mix versus the KSW 135 champion. And then you have this dude, Lasate, who's the fucking truth, fighting Pitbull. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see here. You were right on Nick Ball, brother. Thought Goodman would win, but not enough volume for him. Had it 6-6 draw. Hey, honestly, Nick, I thought Sam Goodman fought a great fight. Personally, I scored it 7-5 for Ball. I thought Sam Goodman fought an incredible fight. I just thought he had he had a lot of lulls where he was fighting too negatively. And him backing up in a straight line is always going to be an issue for Sam Goodman. He needs to cut the angle and back up in steps of 2. At least he did blunt all those bull rushes. Nick Ball correct by not backing up in a straight line. Dude, he did blunt those bull rushes from Nick Ball correctly, not backing. Dude, I saw him in the later rounds backing up in a straight line big time. Like in the earlier rounds, though, I thought it was kind of the analyst was kind of spot on. In the earlier rounds, he was meeting Nick Ball head on, and giving Nick Ball fits, having him over swinging, looking ridiculous, throwing some of those Lucian shots, punching for air. Honestly, man, I have to be honest with you. I think Sam Goodman, I rate him far higher after yesterday's fight than I did before. And I rated him pretty well, I felt like, after the tape. But now, man, I thought he gave Nick Ball really good issues. I think 126 is a good weight class for him. Yeah, I just thought the 9th round was a big deciding factor where he was taking so many shots over Nick Ball. And Nick Ball does one thing overly well, besides the gears 7 through 12, is he makes sure to end the last 30 seconds of rounds with combination punching. He knows if it's a close rounds, he wants to get those optics off. I think that's a great word for Nick Ball, optics. He punches the gloves a lot, punches the elbows and the arms a lot, but damn it, the optics of throwing 7 punch combinations, and even if only 2 of those 7 are landing, it's still the optics of throwing them all out there. So great fight, man. I rate Sam Goodman far higher. I think he's going to be in a lot of fun fights at the 126 division. I'm very happy that he's in that division. I already think it's the second funnest division in boxing, if not the funnest division in boxing. When it comes to the champions, I think 126 is easily the best division in boxing with Leo, Fulton, Espinoza, and Ball. Banger, 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 banger. Awesome champions all the way across. Even though I do think Stephen Fulton, more of a paper champion, not necessarily linear. I don't rate Brandon Figueroa all that high specifically. So just overall wins and thoughts there specifically. Felipe Hrgovic, David Adelaide, man. Holy shit, the gas bag fight of the week. But round 8 was fucking awesome. Holy shit. Holy shit. David Adelaide. Hey, you know what's funny is I give my upstairs neighbor, I better stop yelling. I give my upstairs neighbor shit for banging, and I'm over here yelling at 9, 10 a.m. on a Sunday. Let me chill out so I don't piss him off that much. That was hilarious. Scousers don't get knocked out, mate. Even though I think Espinoza, we're going to really see if that theory is tested, man. Hey, but West Goat, bro, regardless, man, I just want you to know your thoughts on Sam Goodman are really valid, man. Sam Goodman's a good fighter, bro. I want to see Nick Ball fight a proper 126-pounder now. We need to see it, even if it is Mirko Coelho. Again, if it is the unification with Espinoza, or even if it is Shushu. The reason I say I want to see him fight Shushu is I want to see Nick Ball get one more winnable fight before he really steps up to these. Not that he needs another step up, because if he gets a unification fight now, he's a champion. He should be fighting these guys now. But I just think that's a winnable fight for him, man, and I'm biased as hell. If you're on right now, do me a quick favor, if you can. Beyond just liking the video, if you're on right now, can you comment in the chat who your favorite fighter is, whether that's a boxer or an MMA fighter? Can you just tell me who your favorite fighter is in the comment, boxer or MMA fighter? Because I like talking about people's favorite fighters. Yeah, I think it was a good gate fight for him. Hopefully he learns not to take his foot off the gas in the later rounds. And the one thing is, too, as well, with him taking his foot off the gas in the later rounds, Sam Goodman has good shape and good cardio, man. He was in good shape for this fight. You could tell, especially in the 12th round, he had plenty of shape, plenty of gas. All the tape I watched on him, he doesn't lose his shape. His shape and his cardio are pluses for him, man. Favorite, Bam. Fuck, man, Bam. Bam's on his way for being pound for pound number 1, brother. Honestly, like, Bam's on his way for being pound for pound number 1. Best movement and angles in the game. Power punches, punches and bunches. He can stalk you down. He can box on the back foot. Bam's as good as it gets. And what's he, 25 years old? Dude, his resume is fucking sick. His resume is so fucking sick. Fernando Martinez is going to be an awesome fight because Puma's going to box on the front foot and meet him bull on bull in the middle. It's going to be so fucking fun. Cafu is someone that's solid, goes to other people's territories and can fight, and he has a great cornerman in his corner with Colin Nathan. Insane. Who do you favor in Gene Silva versus Diego Lopez? I have to be honest with you, man. I think Diego Lopez is way too hittable, and I think he does that slick. I think he does that overly aggressive jiu-jitsu that puts himself in bad positions, going for submission over position. I have Gene Silva I don't want to say the term dog walking him, but after round 1, I think he beats his ass. I got Gene Silva pretty clearly in that one. I'm thinking about starting to do UFC breakdowns. Maybe not like boxing, because I like taking the time to tape boxing. I don't have the patience, even though it's funny, is like I said, I'm a grappler. I don't have the patience to tape boxing and MMA all week with my full-time job and all of that. But I would like to do possibly smaller breakdowns for MMA, tape a few fights I'm interested in. So if that's something y'all would be interested in, just a few quick picks for MMA once a week, let me know. I would love to drop that for you guys, so that way I can do a little bit more tape study on that. I would never give no bullshit. I would only tape the fights that I'm interested in, and you have my word on that one, of course. I remember, I think in the very last rounds, 10 to 11, Nick just stood there straight in front of him. Sam Goodman didn't do anything. Yes, Sam Goodman that's what I was saying, when he just stops on the feints, doesn't do anything. Sam Goodman was feinting on him, and there was literally, sorry, y'all, had a little gnat there I had to kill, and I got his ass. He was standing there on the feints, overreactive. And then I think Sam Goodman at that point didn't want to take the pop anymore, because after round 11, I think it was, is when Nick Ball was really popping his head back. And it made me think, man, does Nick Ball, I think you're right on this term, because I think it was you that pointed out that Nick Ball doesn't have the pop I think he has, because these 122 pounders were popping back Sam Goodman's head way worse than Nick Ball was. He'll grow past that with this fight. Yeah, I really think Sam Goodman's only going to level up from this fight, truly. PJ the Puppet Show, oh yeah. I don't know what we're oh yowing, but fuck yeah. Diego got no stand-up defense, bro. John Silva can beat him stand-up and on the ground. Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a very interesting first round, but I think after the first round, even though I'm a fan of Diego Lopez as a fighter, I mean, who isn't, just in general? He's an awesome fighter. I think Gene Silva is going to start to dog walk him through it. And the one thing is, man, is you can say what you want, man. The fighting nerds know how to put together a game plan. They know how to put together a game plan. And Gene Silva loves to fight outside of the game plan round 1, but he locks in after round 1. It's just something with him. Have you seen Masanaku Ono? I wonder if he transitions to MMA after his collegiate wrestling career. He may be the Japanese star of the UFC's. No, I'm not. So let me go real quick. I want to look at this guy here. What's funny too is I love Japanese wrestling too. When I grapple specifically, I love to shoot low, super low singles, specifically from the Japanese style of wrestling. Like those super low style single shots are my favorite in terms of grappling, because they're hard to defend. They're easy to pick people's ankles from, and they're easy to transition to any other, really any other wrestling, chain wrestling from there, whether that's a high crotch, whether that's trying to duck under to the back, whether that's even taking a low double leg shot. I love the Japanese style on that. Oh yeah, the August 23rd fights, absolutely. I was just saying I'm going to start my Yankiel Rivera tape now. So I'm going to start right after I get off this live here. I'm going to go grab some breakfast. I'm going to go watch Shin Godzilla in 4K at the fucking movies, baby. Yes, I'm a movie nerd. Then I'm coming back and I'm starting my Yankiel Rivera tape. I'm hoping they let us know who Jermaine Ortiz has a replacement for by then, so I can get some tape in for that too as well. But yeah, you better believe I will be having some breakdowns and content this week. So it will be dropping throughout the week. I'm hoping to have the Yankiel Rivera breakdown out by Tuesday. Any later fights after that, I'll have them out by Wednesday and Thursday. And again, if anyone's interested in any UFC picks and things of that nature, I can drop a quick UFC pick snippet. Usually, I could drop that on like Friday or Thursday night or something like that. I'll be going live too as well, one more time minimum this week. I think the concussion discussions are far better for the weekends when people aren't at work and things of that nature. So bet on Kai yesterday, kept losing money betting on this Aura farmer. Man, Kai has true grappling weaknesses. We even saw that in Japan, even with the rope grappling. What I mean by rope grappling is because in Japan, where they fight with the ropes instead of the actual cage. I also lost on that fight because I had the over significant strikes. I had it to go over 1.5, and I had over 80 significant strikes at plus 130. And I felt I was on my way to cashing. We were at like 47. We had like 2 minutes left in the round. I was feeling really good about it. I like Yankiel Rivera, again, pre-tape. I don't like to give out, I'm going to be honest, I don't like to give out full predictions or full thoughts until I do the tape, because they change. Again, Diego Higa, Antonio Vargas is the best example of this. I was positive that Diego Higa was going to beat Antonio Vargas pre-tape. I went and studied the tape, and then I was positive Antonio Vargas was going to beat Diego Higa. And I thought Antonio Vargas got robbed. So yeah, I'll go and do the tape here. I do think Yankiel Rivera is really good. I think he's very, very good. But I don't know how good he is in terms of like if he's elite tier, world tier, things of that nature. And I'm not saying that to like promote my video that when it drops this week or anything. It's really because I haven't done the hardcore tape study yet. And I think that's just not, I just don't think that's good advice for me to give you it without it. So, oh, hell yeah, I'll be covering Lucas Body versus Roger Gutierrez. I'm going to be completely honest with you, man. I think Roger Gutierrez could be on dog watch. I think Roger Gutierrez is solid fighter. He could be on a dog watch. I am very excited to break that one down. Chamberlain's also someone that I think's on dog watch. This will be another fight. I love overseas boxing. I'm an American. I'm in Arizona, but dude, you give me some UK boxing, Japanese boxing, things of that nature, I'm no doubt going to break it down. So you will no doubt see a Lucas Body, Roger Gutierrez breakdown. 100% Jack Rafferty versus Mark Chamberlain. And people forget, Mark Chamberlain was on his way to being the guy. Remember what he did to Gavin Gwynn? People thought he was going to be the guy after that. So I'm not forgetting it. I'm not that quick to write people off. So, but yeah, PJ, I will drop those breakdowns too as well, man. And I'll put timestamps in the comments too as well. If you don't want to watch the full breakdown, you just want to jump to the final prediction. That way it makes everyone's life easier. So I will make sure that happens. Favorite fighter? Fuck, that's so hard. Personally, I'll tell y'all my favorite fighter, man. And he's not a great fighter, but he's just my favorite to watch. I love Subriel Matias. I love Subriel Matias. The boogeyman, walk forward style, rip you apart. My favorite bet I've ever given out live is, or not live, but on YouTube, was Subriel Matias points versus Alberto Puello plus 550. Yes, he won that fight, y'all. No, it was not a robbery. Please go rewatch it. Subriel Matias 175. Alberto Puello should have got a point deducted for holding and headbutting anyways. Dirty ass motherfucker. How about Canelo Crawford? I'll no doubt be breaking that one, but I have a pretty strong lean already to that. I can just tell you this right now. I'm strongly leaning the smaller man in Terrence Crawford. I have not been impressed with Canelo since his Jaime Munguia fight, quite frankly. His Berlanga showing was pedestrian at best, and William fucking Skull, stop it, dude. Stop it, bro. His performance against William Skull looked absolutely horrendous, absolutely flat-footed, no volume out there. Someone that can cut corners and angles like a Terrence Crawford, someone that, as a grappler, once again, he is a multiple-time state champion wrestler from Nebraska. I promise you. Terrence Crawford is next level fucking strong. And I know Mexicans are next level strong, but Terrence Crawford is next fucking level farmer boy strong. I promise you guys. The size and strength are not going to be as big of a disadvantage as everyone likes to make it seem for Terrence Crawford. At this point in their careers, I think Terrence Crawford is the far better boxer too as well. So pre-tape, I'm strongly leaning Terrence Crawford. I will make sure to caveat that when I drop my tape to let everyone know that I've been doing this. I was there live for Puello Matias. Crazy energy. What'd you think about it, Wes? Go. How'd you have it scored, bro? I mean, again, that's the one thing about boxing too. Just because I say it was scored one way doesn't mean it was scored one way. That's just how I felt it. I felt it was 7-5 Matias. What are your thoughts on Pat Shigoli? Pat Shigoli, sorry, off topic. Pat Shigoli. Have you ever spelled his name? I know that's BJJ. Pat Shigoli. Pat Shigoli. Looks like I have a bunch of grapplers that I have to. Pashagoli. Oh, is that one kid my buddy was just talking about him? The Foot Locker kid that rips up people's knees? Yeah, he's going to run into someone that really knows how to defend footlocks and get his neck torn apart one day. I promise you. Facts. Jack Padley threw a wrench into Queensberry plans for Chamberlain. He set the key for interim if he had won that fight. Yeah, man. Mark Chamberlain was being built up as Turkey's guy. Padley, man. Padley, now that he's under a real camp, is going to be a pretty good fighter too as well. And I believe he's dropping to one... He's dropping to 130, correct? Or is it 126 he's dropping to? His next fight's at 130 or 126. But either way, that's awesome. He now has a real trainer. He's really boxing. I'm a fan of Josh Padley, man. I love the electrician. Needs to change his nickname to it too as well. I think Mark Chamberlain, people are so quick to write people off. And Jack Rafferty's good. He can pop. He can punch, man. But I'm curious to see how he swims in deep waters. And I think Jack Chamberlain's going to really drown him to deep waters. Or Mark Chamberlain, as long as Mark Chamberlain isn't hesitant to pull the trigger. I thought Puello run the last 4 rounds clearly because Mateos gassed from the inside, but I can make a case for Chaos winning 3 of the first half, 7-5 Mateos, but honestly, not that bad. See, that's the one thing is people are calling it a robbery. If you have one person calling it 7-5 for one fighter, one person calling it 7-5 for another fighter, and then other people calling it 6-6, that's not a robbery at all. That's just a swing of a few rounds. I can respect that opinion, and I'm not mad at that opinion whatsoever. I was just happy to win that fight, quite frankly. I was happy to win the money on it. Plus 550 was my hammer spot of the week. I was clenching cheeks. Pause. Shout out to Charlie Hahn for that one, to say the least. Motherfucker said himself he didn't bother watching tape on Tias. I mean, honestly, man, when it comes to Matias, bro, Puello, it seemed like had the kind of style. Boxes well off the back foot, super athletic, long and janky, can keep his feet well, but Matias just has a way of breaking down your feet and stopping your feet against the ropes, similar to a guy like Nick Ball. When he pushes you against the ropes, he has a way of stopping your feet and just keeping you there. 7.5s are hard. I've learned not to bet on dudes who don't watch tape. Yeah, that's insane. I didn't even know that he didn't even watch tape for that fight. I just thought stylistically Matias was going to be in his ass, pause, enough for that fight. So Josh Padley fights Reese Bellotti. Thank you. So he's dropping a 130 for his next fight. Oh, Reese Bellotti, bro. What a throwback fighter, bro. The ass whooping he took in his last fight against Garner. And yeah, Josh Padley's going to stop Reese Bellotti, bro. Josh Padley's going to stop Reese Bellotti. I caught Josh Padley. I forget against who he fought. The dude he fought in his last one. I got Josh Padley at plus money by stoppage, plus 140 by knockout. And I really hope we get plus money against Reese Bellotti in this fight too, which after the ass whooping he just took, a month ago, it'll be 3 months since he fought that fight. It's going to be absolutely insane. Josh Padley coming down in weight, now actually a full-time fighter in a camp. People don't understand how huge that is for a fighter. He has an actual nutritionist now. He doesn't have to worry about going to a job. He's not going to be as tired. I mean, he'll be tired from boxing training, but he won't be tired from living like the life, man. It's going to be huge for Josh Padley, man. So, bro, this dumbass verbatim. I sparred Liam Paro, did well. I'm so confident I'll do against Matias. Man, you have Liam Paro who's going to clinch and release and turn, clinch and release again, versus Puello who boxes completely different, like Subaru Mateus, who's just going to walk you down like a fucking zombie. What are we doing here? These are professional boxers. What is his camp doing here? Like, that should be his camp on his ass. Let him know, what are you doing, champ? Like, we're not doing that. Yeah, wow, by stoppage, you sure? Yeah, I'm pretty confident by stoppage, man. If you see PJ, if you go and watch, I mean, I'm sure you did watch it here. You seem like educated boxing fan. The ass whooping Bellotti took against Garner was insane. He's turning around and taking this fight on, it will be 3 or 4 months notice when it's all said and done. So he's going to be in camp, getting punched up, getting drained out naturally. Then he has to go and fight a guy like Josh Padley, who now, once again, the bigger dude naturally, because he's dropping in weight, now has a nutritionist, depending on how he looks on the scales, of course. He could look like shit on the scales, but I'm sure he'll look good because Josh Padley's just a hardworking motherfucker. He can fight for 12 rounds. He has an engine on him. And the only reason he even got stopped against Shakur is because his body was weak. He wouldn't have gotten stopped against Shakur on a full camp. I can almost guarantee that. Josh Padley's a tough motherfucker, and he punches the body too as well. Yeah, Josh Padley by stoppage, man. I'm going to like that a lot, especially if we get it at good odds. I doubt we'll get it at good odds, though. The books are going to be all over that, knowing the ass whooping Bellotti just came off of. Yeah, I like Padley by stoppage. Pre-tape. Again, everything I'm saying, pre-tape. If it's pre-tape, my thoughts can change naturally, so this isn't set in stone. But yeah, off rips, I like Padley. I like Padley by stoppage. Hashtag hate and black coffee. If you don't know, now you know. Every morning, start off a little bit of hate, a little bit of black coffee. Also, too, guys, I want to plug some people I think you guys should follow on Twitter. If you're like betting, if you guys like just combat sports in general. Combat Sports Today. Go follow my boy War Dog. Which is One Punch at One Punch War. Go follow my boy Deluxe Better. Deluxe Better is a fucking dog. There's Big Steve MMA. Mike Talks on YouTube. Just some fools just to give you guys a few different names here, man. My boy Cowboy Betting, a killer, too, as well. Honestly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot and put on a community post all the people I think y'all should follow if you guys like good combat sports content. Because, quite frankly, here, I just think it's all love, and I think it's best to get opinions from everybody. Even though one thing I will say about myself is I never listen to breakdowns until I do my own tape. I think listening to breakdowns before doing a tape can lead to bias, and that's a big no-no, I think, when I'm trying to give you guys my honest opinions and dissections. So, but yeah, man. What's it called? There's a UFC fighter I want to talk about. Joseph Morales looked fucking incredible yesterday, man. The flyweights got another one, man. The flyweight division is so fun in MMA. Just talking about the guys that aren't talking about for title contention. Let's just look at the guys they have on the back weight and for flyweights for MMA. Charles Johnson. Now this guy, Joseph Morales. Oh, sorry. I believe Clayton Carpenter's still a flyweight. Like the back end of flyweight is fucking stacked to the brim. They have all these Asians coming in, these Japanese wrestlers coming in too now as well. So yeah. But yeah, you guys got any trying to think, there was another thing I wanted to discuss. I am curious if Jermaine Franklin I'm curious genuinely if Jermaine Franklin would be a good fight for someone like Moses Itauma, if he would be able to last. I call him adult killer. They call him adult killer or whatever. Yeah, that dude, that's the thing about grappling, bro. There's true levels. That grappler, bro, there's true levels to it, right? So there are these kids, like, for example, there's this one kid in my class. He's been rolling since he was 4 years old. He's a multiple time pan champion in jiu-jitsu. So this kid's 18 years old, autistic, and he's placed state twice in wrestling in state in second place. This kid beats the fuck out of me, bro. This kid's an adult killer too. There's just levels in jiu-jitsu is my point. So this kid that you're talking about, Sagali or whatever, he's going to run into someone that's super high level that can defend a leg lock and then rip him in half. That's just the way it is in jiu-jitsu levels. Adam, the analyst, another person y'all need to check out at the Champ Theory HQ. Adam, in the comments, please drop your Twitter. He has a great Substack. He gives you incredibly insightful breakdowns on his Substack, completely free to read. Just an incredible lad. Make sure you buy him a cup of coffee, support his cause. I love his breakdowns. After watching my own tape, I love him going and reading. He makes my eye sharper with his former breakdowns. Cannot wait to watch your Inoue or read your Inoue Daenerys breakdown, brother. Cannot wait to see that on your Substack. Super fucking stoked. You're the man, Adam, for real. Make sure y'all follow him. Adam, please drop your Twitter in the comments so I can plug him. I wonder if they try to make Itauma versus Hrgovic. I'll tell you what, bro. Hrgovic may have the best chin in the heavyweight division. That dude is made out of adamantium, next level adamantium. He may have the best chin in the division. He's too slow in potting, and his gas tank is way too shitty, though. Itauma wouldn't dust him like he did Dillian, but probably gets him out of there in 6 rounds, possibly, man. So, hey, you're still learning, but you give incredible insight. Please, y'all, if you guys have a Twitter, go check out Adam the Analyst. Incredible insight. Go check out his Substack at the Champ. At Champ Theory HQ. Sorry, bad stuttering. Champ Theory HQ. It's the pinned comment right there. He is the fucking man. Incredible Substack. I love learning from people that have different insights and types of boxing because, as you guys know, with my breakdown, I may talk a little bit too fast, may go a little bit too much. And I kind of see it from almost like, how's the word I'm looking for it? From like a bread and butter perspective. I try to look at it as simple as possible. And then I go and read someone like Adam's Substack where he just puts the small nuances in that I don't even notice. I'm like, damn, I need to make my eyes sharper for when I'm watching boxing. You have MJ a legit chance against Inoue? I'm going to be honest, no. I don't think anyone at 122 has a true chance against Inoue. MJ, I think, will make it a tough fight for the first 8 rounds, but Inoue kills against southpaws. Next level body puncher, the best levels puncher in the game. What do I mean by levels puncher? I always like to kind of break down the terms I use. For when it comes to levels punching, he goes high, low, clearly, right? But he doesn't just attack the body and goes high, goes low, goes high, go low, feint from low to high, low to high. He doubles up on the body, then he comes back to the head, then he doubles back to the head. Then he goes back to the level up top where he rips you up high, drops his base, loads up from a low base. Like Inoue's next level. I love Inoue. My dog's name is Inoue. Fun fact. So the puppy I have, his name is Inoue. His ears are perking up just hearing that right now. It's hilarious. I think MJ gets stopped somewhere in the later rounds, probably rounds 8 to 10. I'm excited to break down the tape on that because I love watching Inoue's fights. Again, Substack, Adam just dropped Inoue Daenerys. Can't wait to read that. With that being said, man, I think Inoue gets him out of there. MJ will be an interesting problem, I guess. I don't know, man. The Tapales fight just didn't leave me with much. I don't feel like it left MJ's ceiling very high for me. So that's a personal opinion. Can't wait to do the breakdown and pre-tape for it. I don't predict, but I think Inoue will probably deal with Inoue the same day he did with Tapales. I agree, man. I think Inoue handles business with MJ. We'll see though, man. This will be Inoue's last fight at 122. So maybe he goes out on a shield. Maybe he gets dropped again. One thing about Inoue is, he shows a vulnerability to getting dropped, but he has a great chin because he recovers perfectly well. Then he comes back as almost like, all right, motherfucker, I'm ready to scrap now. So Your breakdowns are great, man. Simplicity is the best. Hey, I appreciate you, Adam. Thank you so much, man. Keep doing your great work too as well. I'm going to go heavy over for the MJ Inoue. MJ got a rockhead. If Inoue dispatches, it will likely be late. I agree. I think it's a later stoppage. I think it happens like 8 to 10. And for an Inoue fight, we always get these crazy overs, 3.5, 4.5. If we get a 6.5, it's fucking hammerable. It's hammerable up to 7.5, in my personal opinion, too, as well. I think MJ is a tough customer, but Inoue is truly a southpaw killer, bro. He kills southpaw. I saw a statistic on Twitter. So if someone posted this statistic and I am missing them, I swear I'm not trying to take their statistic. I saw it on Twitter. So whoever you are, I apologize for not being able to shout you out properly. He's 8-0 against southpaws, 7-0 against southpaws. And beyond that, too, as well, his levels punching is going to cause MJ a lot of issues because Tapales' body punching caused him issues. So you think MJ will get knocked out? I do think he gets finished. I think he gets finished in the later rounds. If they give you a round grouping, I really like the round grouping of 9 through 12. I could see 8 to 10. The best bet on that card pre-tape will be 7 through 12, but I feel pretty confident in that pre-tape already. I think Inoue gets him out of there 7 through 12. And the best thing is the books are going to underrate Inoue after being dropped, in my opinion, and they're going to overrate MJ purely based off his name. If your name is Murtazaliev, Akhmaliev, Nurmagomedov, has a V in it, you're going to get overrated. And I love that shit about the books anyway. So, but yeah, I do think MJ gets finished. I really do. And I think too, as well, in a way, at his last fight at 122 is going to want to make a statement. I mean, he wants to make a statement every single fight, but he's going to really want to make a statement in this one. So the question is really, because what's so funny about that? I got to know. Do you think I'm underrating MJ pre-tape? Because I could be underrating MJ pre-tape. Again, all pre-tape. I think the fight really to talk about is who does Inoue fight next at 126. I think that's really what we talk about. I think he goes up and he should fight Angelo Leo. I would like to see the Angelo Leo fight personally, for what Inoue does. So I think what's it called? I definitely think he actually did get humbled by Mason Fowler. Yeah, Mason's good too. Mason's a damn good grappler, man. Little 10th Planet style young Mason. Looks like a nerd with his glasses. Most of these jiu-jitsu dudes. So remember, y'all, I am a jiu-jitsu dude, and look at how nerdy I fucking look. But Mason let him tap on like what Pat does where he just cranks limbs. Yeah, man, that's why you can't roll with everybody. This is one thing why you can't roll with anyone, not even in the gym, but like in competitions and things of that nature. It's so funny. The age of jiu-jitsu, of hobbyist jiu-jitsu is over. Let me just explain this really quickly. So I'm a hobbyist jiu-jitsu player, right? Hobbyist blue belt. So, I mean, I've had a win in a competition, but whoop-de-fucking-do, I've had a win in a local competition. If I went to like an ADCC trial or like a national champ, I'd get ripped up by these competitive blue belts. Young cats, older cats just rip you a fucking half, right? The age of hobbyist jiu-jitsu is over. There are going to be small family hobbyist gyms, and there are going to be high-level competitive gyms. And those guys are always going to be winning the jiu-jitsu tournaments at the highest level to the state and local level. The day of hobbyist jiu-jitsu is over, guys. You have college programs having jiu-jitsu programs. You have kids starting at 4 years old. You have UFC sponsoring jiu-jitsu. Hobbyist jiu-jitsu days are fucking over. I am so glad to be in the Masters Division next year. Thank you, God. Masters Division, one more year, baby. Let's fucking ride. You think Sky Nicholson continues her TKO streak this upcoming weekend? I hate the books and offer prop on her last fight. Predict she gets a stoppage. So ESPN Bet, I don't know if you had ESPN Bet, just so you know, they did offer her by stoppage, just so you know, and they offered her by stoppage at plus 220. I took a little stab at that one, just so you know. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. It's going to make me seem a little bit more casual. I didn't even know Sky Nicholson fought this weekend, brother. I really didn't. But if you'd like, would you like me to do a quick breakdown on that fight? I would love to break down that fight. And Sky Nicholson, beautiful, man. I would love to. Not even a Singh. She's fighting a fucking Indian. Brother, I have a rule. Okay. Don't take this the wrong way anyway. Wrong way, y'all. I apologize. Don't take this the wrong way. I automatically take Indians by stoppage no matter who they're fighting. Oh my God. Yes, I'll tape this fight. And I'm going to give a breakdown off rips. Didn't even know she was fighting. Is it on a Wednesday since it's in Australia? Because Australian cards are a lot of times on Wednesday. Saturday, sick. Oh, shit, the Yusuf Dib fight. Shit, I got two breakdowns that I can't wait to do then. Jake Wiley versus Yusuf Dib, and then Nicholson versus Singh. I'll tell you right now, pre-tape, brother, I have a rule. When I see an Indian, I don't take that the wrong way. I fade them. Indians get stopped, quite frankly, and I don't think they're the best fighting country I think it comes down to a country issue and they're just the fighting infrastructure they have, MMA and boxing wise. Fuck yeah, I'm going to be looking into that. Hopefully, I won't be biased on the tape. I'll be dropping a probably a quicker breakdown and prediction on that one, maybe a YouTube short just to make it quick for everybody. So pre-tape, she's fighting an Indian. Fuck yeah, I'll take that. My Instagram, it's just a personal Instagram. I don't have anything really to do with Breaking Bad boxing, but I'll put it in the comments right here. It's literally my name, Nicholas Clark, with 3 underscores. Yeah, shout out to my mom for all her creativity in my name. It's literally just at Nicholas Clark with 3 underscores. I haven't made like a TikTok or an Instagram or anything for Breaking Bad boxing. I only have my Twitter and I only have my YouTube channel. So Sky is going to get the KO. I mean, she's fighting an Indian pre-tape. Yeah, I mean, she's fighting an Indian, and it seems like an off-rip setup fight too as well. I don't think you can really wiki cap fights like that, but let's just look at who she's fought in, bro. This Indian has fought in succession, debutant, 8-12, lost a split decision versus 4-7. Yes, in 2018, but 4-7. Debutant, lost the unanimous decision against 5-1 Curdy. She hasn't fought anyone of note. Her best fight is against Casey fucking Croft, and she's fighting against Thailandese fighters and things of that nature. Bro, she's fought in 3 Thailandese boxers in a row, 2 of the same people. Yeah, man. And Sky Nicholson's someone they definitely want to push. Give me one quick second, y'all. This is hilarious. Someone's calling me. Hello? Pound 5646. All right, y'all. Well, I got to get going. I did not realize what time it was. I was only going to be on the stream for 20 minutes. I just realized I've been on for 47 minutes, y'all. Hey, but everyone that stuck around and talked it up with me, PJ, Westcoat, fucking my boy Eastside, Mar, I appreciate y'all and I love y'all for real, man. That's fucking love for real. Hope you guys can join the next concussion discussion. I'm going to go grab some breakfast and go see a movie, and then I'm going to start my tape breakdown. Love, peace, chicken grease. Until next time, y'all. Later.